Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jer. It's my birthday and I'm turning 30 again. If you missed my Instagram live on my drag page, you're really missing out. But I was talking about how I plan on keeping myself at 30 for a while and then kicking the age up someday so that when I eventually die, people are gonna be like, they died at such a young age, at 45. And then everyone who knows me is gonna be like, bitch, please. Today, I am doing something kind of frivolous and silly. I have one last Coca Cola apple from Japan that I brought over in our suitcase. And I'm not gonna say that this is like the last apple Coke on the planet, but it might as well be. So my aunt called me and I got a little distracted and I don't know where I left off, but I was saving it for a special occasion and I was gonna drink it when, you know, that special occasion happened. I was supposed to be in Japan right now actually, and I was supposed to be there for my birthday and I was gonna spend some time with Aika and like do a little solo Tokyo trip, and it was gonna be really fun and cute and all those things, but then coronavirus. So here we are, but I'm gonna drink this. And I don't know why I feel like I need to do this on camera, but I'm going to do it. I need you all to know this is one of the best flavors that Coca-Cola has ever created, and I'm disappointed it's not in America. That's that kind of fizzy snap that the Japanese colas have. It's very different than American Cokes. I'm like transported right back to October. There's such a nice apple taste in it that is so reminiscent of apple, and it's so distinctly a Japanese apple flavor. Like, I feel like in America our apple flavor is like sour apple, and this one is such a very distinct sweet red apple. Hi Mason! It's a Mason. Look at the people. That's you. Aren't you so fluffy and cute? Your mouth smells like food. This is one of the best drinks that has ever happened. And I'm sad that this is the end, but all good things have to end someday. I'm in like another world right now. I am in Japan. I'm living my life. I think this particular bottle I got in Osaka. I think when we were over there, the grocery store that we went to, it was really inexpensive compared to the convenience stores. And they had apple Coke there and it was like 88 cents. It was cheap. And I was like, ooh, getting that, getting that, getting that. And actually what happened was I had gotten a bunch right before Hagibis hit. And I was like, I'll have all these drinks to get me through the, what was that? Like a typhoon? Yeah, typhoon. And I was like, I'll have all these beverages to get me through this crazy storm that's about to hit. And I ended up not drinking any of them. I hardly ate anything. I ended up doing a walkabout in Osaka because it didn't rain too bad over there. I mean, it rained, but it wasn't as bad as we thought it was gonna hit because the storm was supposed to hit more into Osaka, which it didn't. And so I ended up walking around, and then I didn't drink any of the drinks that I had gotten, and so I lugged them around in my suitcase, which added like an extra 15 pounds because I had so many freaking drinks in my luggage. And we were trying to get to the train, and there was a point where we were walking, and my suitcase, because it was it's one of those that has multiple, or the wheels spin in every direction, it just completely spun around on me because it was so bottom heavy because of the drinks that were sitting inside of it. And we got into the bullet train and I was like, they're gonna get mad at me for having all these drinks, it's gonna make my bag so heavy. They ended up not saying anything about it, but it was quite a struggle getting all of those beverages from one side of the country to the other. A struggle. I wonder what this would taste like with rum. Ooh. I did about a shot of rum in here. I haven't tried it yet. I think maybe I need to put more soda in it. Ooh. That's good. I'm gonna put a little more in here. Ooh, that's tasty. That's real tasty. Rum is my favorite alcohol. I don't really like anything else. I've tried scotch before. That was awful. Vodka, which is Jacob's favorite. I'm like, whatever about vodka. Beers, meh. I like malt beverages. The lychee drink that totally got me fucked up in Japan was a malt, and then there's some lemonades, the Mike's hard lemonade. Those are good. The unfortunate thing about not drinking before you get to a certain age and like deciding at a certain point that you're gonna start experimenting with alcohol is dangerous, because you don't know what your limits are. You didn't ever get to experience those when your body could kind of handle it. And there was a day where one of our friends came over and we were drinking all kinds of different stuff, but I was drinking the lemonades, and I think I had 4 or 5 because they were so good, and I just kept drinking them, and I didn't have any water. I didn't really eat anything, and the hangover that I had the next day was so horrendous, and I had to call out of work because I was so hungover. And I remember Jacob told everybody that I wasn't feeling very well, and one of my friends texted me. He was like, "Hey, I'm sorry you're not feeling well. Hope you feel better." And I was like, bro, I'm like hungover as hell right now. Rum is my favorite. There's something sweet about it, which I like. I tend to appreciate fruitier drinks. Why do you always feel the need to just go and play in that box? Every time that this camera's set up, you just feel like you gotta go in there and move the poop around. You don't even do anything. You just go in there and you move the poop around. You're looking right at me. You know I'm talking to you. My tolerance is weird when it comes to alcohol, because in Japan I had those 2 malt drinks and I had eaten a little bit beforehand and totally got drunk. And then I had those lemonades and like I didn't feel drunk, but then I had a horrible, horrible hangover. And then there was another time where we went to a party and I had 6 or 7 shots of vodka, and I had like a malt drink and I had something else. And then one other thing, obviously all mixed with other stuff, and I was like, I felt buzzed, but I don't think I was drunk, and I didn't have a hangover, but I also ate. I can't tell what my tolerance is. Do you like my highlighter? It's Morphe. It's really pretty. One of my favorites. So I'm 31 officially now. So I'm going into my 32nd year on this planet. And what are my goals? What are my goals for this year? Kind of hard to say because coronavirus. It's kind of hard to say what I want to do or accomplish. What my personal goals have been is I've been trying to care less about what people think about me, which has been kind of an ongoing thing. I'm trying to just do things that, you know, make me happy, that give me life, and not worrying about if other people are bothered by what I'm doing. I would love to get my entire book that I'm working on published, which I don't know if I've talked about. I have a book that I'm working on, which I'll talk about in my next Dead Like Me review, but it's about Grim Reapers, obviously inspired by Dead Like Me, and it's all on Wattpad, and I will have the link below if you're interested, but it's all about Grim Reapers, and it's really fun. It's a dark comedy, and it is set here in California because it's a location that I'm very familiar with, and the characters are all really colorful, and they're all really diverse, and they're really funny in their own ways, and it's fun to kind of explore each one of them. I would love to get that published. I'm working on another book which is kind of sci-fi. I would love to expand my universe that I've created and build upon that more. I really want to finish my Dead Like Me series, which should be ending in October. I very rarely finish projects that I start because I get distracted and I move on to something else, or I just stop caring about a project because I have this bad tendency of getting unfocused, and I don't know if that's some type of undiagnosed ADHD or something, but I definitely get distracted very easily with projects. I would love to keep up my digital drag shows. Those are happening every Monday at 9 o'clock on my drag Instagram. That link is going to be down below as well. I've been doing those because it's really not very safe or responsible to go out to the clubs right now. I know a lot of queens are going out and doing things, and if that is, you know, what they have to do, I can't fault anybody for needing to work. I can't fault anybody for needing to make a paycheck or having to do what they need to do to pay rent. But at the same time, I still think it's irresponsible. I personally will not go out and do anything like that because I don't want to be responsible for somebody having to go to the hospital. And even though the likeliness of somebody being able to survive from COVID is very high, if I were to get it and gave it to somebody and they had to go to the hospital and have to pay a hospital bill to survive, you know, and just keep living, like, I would feel so bad. On top of the fact that I gave something to them that they had to fight for their life to get over, I just couldn't do that. So I'd love to keep that going. And even if everything goes back to normal, you know, and the clubs are back open, I would love to keep doing some type of digital drag experience going on, because I think it's a nice way to kind of keep people remembering who I am, and it's a nice way to kind of not be in the club. And I truly think that digital drag shows are what is the future, on top of just everything happening with coronavirus. There are a lot of queens that I know who refuse to do digital drag shows right now because they think they're above it. And if you can't adapt or change, you're gonna get left behind. Fuck, that was good. Thankfully, I have like 1 swig left in here, maybe 2. And I'm so sad this is almost gone, but I'm glad that I used it with my good rum. So yeah, those are my goals. I would like to keep my digital drag shows going. I would like to do well in those and learn how to host better. I would love to parlay that maybe into an actual hosting gig at a nightclub someday. That'd be nice. And I want to get all my books published, and I want to work on them seriously, and I want people to enjoy them. I have so many ideas for books that I want to write. I've always been so self-conscious about publishing them, putting them out into the world, and asking for feedback. I feel like that's always been something I've been really petrified of. And I'm trying to not be so afraid about that, and just being confident in what I'm producing and putting out, and that whatever it is good, which is hard. It's easier said than done. This is the last one. I'm so sad. I'm not ready for it, but I gotta drink it eventually. Coca Cola Apple, you were the best thing that has ever happened to this franchise. I'll miss you. I'll miss Japan. I missed Japan already this year. Thanks for being my special occasion. Oh, I lied. I lied to you. This was not a drink that I took from Japan. I got a couple at Tokyo Central. Either way, it's gone. In the words of the famous Nina Brown, well, it's over. I didn't have that much rum, but I also haven't eaten anything today, and I feel warm, possibly buzzed. It's my birthday, who cares? Goodbye.